3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Forex Trading Show. Forex trading live every weekday morning. Real trades, real profits, zero analysis. Set back, relax, and get ready to profit. And now, your host, Terry from FXWithTerry.com.
Welcome to the Forex Trading Show. Let's do this. It's Friday, end of the week. I have to tell you, I think we've had an incredible week. Even though the market seemed a little slow, it certainly was faster this week. Looking good. Great profits. Like, incredible. Now, I'm not as happy about my Friday as I normally would be because I'm up here supporting family this summer in Michigan, and my sister just excitedly said, "Let's clean the basement at Dad's house today." You know, that's what I want to do on a Friday, right? That's not what I want to do, but that's what I'm doing. So, free trade. Let's talk about this. I'm also going to answer a question someone brought up, which is just applies to everyone, and let's look at this trade real quick, and then I'll get into that question. So this is going to be pretty quick. AUD-CAD buy. And in fact, what's interesting, I believe the question was related to this particular trade. And we closed out EUR-CHF, which we'd been in for, 3 weeks? Massive profits, I think. I was completely happy with it. I made thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars yesterday when this thing closed. What's interesting is the moment that thing closed, the AI system grabbed this brand new trade in the system and took it, AUD-CAD. And just to get in a little bit here after a couple, maybe a minute or two, this is the second trade in a sequence of trades on AUD-CAD. Okay, it's important that you understand that I just said that. Let's go look at the history here. So we've, in this particular case, it's still showing because it's been within 24-hour window. We were in 4 trades. I think there were actually 13 trades on this pair in the system. Extremely profitable. And this kind of also feeds into the question I got this morning. Someone said, and we'll get into this, so look at the results here. Very nice trade. And this was the free signal. I'm telling you, every time I look at this thing close that much, I'm like, I'm giving way too much away. Like, imagine you come into my system and take this free trade, and you make that much, or you make an incredible profit, or, you know, however it's related to your account, your leverage, your balance. You got to be going, this guy's a genius. Well, I'm not a genius, but I'll tell you what, I don't lose. And the reason I don't lose is I don't give up. From adversity and loss and failure come absolute pure success. What we're looking at on the screen here, absolute pure success. So let me tell you a little bit of a technical thing that happens, and let me think if I need to show you. Let me think if I need to show you this. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna jump over. Let me think for a second. Is this, you know what? It's gonna be this feed. Let's stick here. Someone had noticed this AUD-CAD trade. Now, interestingly enough, and this is why I tell you don't mix my feeds, don't stack them on top of each other. Use one or the other. Each of them has their own use and value, and I still need to publish that video. I didn't get a chance to record it yesterday, but I've got it ready. I'm trying to think of the best way to sequence this. Right now, and this is just by absolute chance and luck and what closed when in terms of trades, The AUD CAD trade that's showing here in the free signals is also the exact same trade, just because the dynamics of time and choice is also the exact same trade in the 10 pip hybrid. So people, now that I've given subscribers deep access to my premium signals monitor account, which we will look at, they're saying, and they looked and they said, wait, I only have one AUD CAD in my free signals, or they said in the 10 pip hybrid, because they're a subscriber, they're using that. But there's two open in the premium signals monitor. And I'm like, yep. So let me see if I can explain this. It's really as simple as this, but there's some really cool logic behind it. There's so many different ways to explain. It's quite technical. I'm trying to. I'm so close to it that I could talk about this for 12 hours. I'm trying not to do that. So let me pause for a second to think of the best way to tell you. If the system, I got it the best way to tell you. So let's say there are two trades. You can see there's two trades on the premium signals monitor, but you only have one trade in your account. You're trading the 10 pip hybrid. The thing to do is to open up the trade here and look at the time that it was sent. Okay, that's a great way. So at 04:59 and 43 seconds, that is the second trade in the sequence. Let me tell you what an error would look like, and you aren't going to see this, right? But if it were an error, here's what you would notice. So you can see the one trade in one account. You can see the two trades in the monitoring account. If you only have the first trade and not the second, there's an error. There's a copy error. There's something wrong. We don't see that happen. Unless Terry does something wrong, and I know I did it. I warn you. I fix it, right? As long as, let me give you an example. Let's say there's 10 trades open on a currency pair. If all you have is the 10th, you're going to make a lot of profit with no downside, meaning there's no negative trade that's going to cut into your overall profit. It's always going to be a net profit. It's just mathematical, fact. The idea is the fact that you must always have the latest trade. If there's 10 trades open and you have trade number 7 only, you're in trouble. We're going to have to fix it. We're going to have to add 3 more trades on top of that. But if all you have is the latest trade in a sequence, 10 trades, you have trade number 10, but you don't have 1 through 9, you're golden. Because it's just mathematics. There was a lot of other ways for me to explain this, and I don't think there's any other way. So when you make that comparison, you're like, I only have one trade in my feed, and I see the main feed has 2. Simply look at the time. Now, the time won't be exact like the last 2 numbers. This says 43. You might, this is when it was copied. You might see 42 or 44 or 45 or whatever. But it'll be 04:59. Okay, typically, unless it's right at the top of the minute, 59 seconds. But it's the time, because previous trades would have been at an older time, an earlier time. It's really as simple as that. The other big thing to compare is make sure that the take profits are updating properly. I look at this stuff. I have things in place, but I've had a lot of great people really pay attention and catch some really fine little errors. And listen, only errors happen with my system when I fuck up. Like I did a software update a couple weeks ago and I shouldn't have, right in the middle of trading, fucked it all up, right? It was a major software update. I learned my lesson. You won't see me doing that again. Plus, recently, last weekend, I changed to a high-speed server, put everything that we're doing on one server, so I'm not copying remotely from one server to another server. Speeds things up by a few milliseconds and makes my job a lot easier, kind of managing all of this stuff. It's not that hard, but makes it easier. So, yeah, I hope I'm explaining that right. If you feel like you don't have all of the trades that you know are happening on the premium signal monitor, and in fact, that's the one. Let's go look at that real quick, just so I can solidify what I'm saying here. You'll see it. Let's see, which one is the premium signal monitor? Let me pull this up. I think it's this one. Did I get it right? I did not. Why do I just got that number in my head. Here it is. So let me share that with you. That was AUD NZD, I believe. Hold on. Is my brain fried this morning? What's going on? Let me go back to that real quick. Damn it. All right. I'm just screwing everything up this morning. It was AUD CAD. I'm sorry. So now, AUD CAD, I will show you this. I'm just going to reveal the entire premium signals monitoring account right now so you can see. So AUD CAD, this is the actual sequence of trades. There's 2 of them. Okay? And this is what somebody said in the group. Hey, there's 2 trades. I only have 1. What's happening? Well, let's look at this. Remember how we said it was 0459 on the time? If I expand this one, something doesn't look right there. Am I looking at the right trades? Is my brain, my brain's frying, isn't it? All right, hold on. When you see so many freaking trades like I do, let me go back. AUD-CAD on the 19th at 0459. Hold on a second. Maybe this is happening in real time right in front of me. AUD-CAD. I know why they don't match up, because I forced that particular trade. Nonetheless, what I said is correct. Let me come back. Let me come back because I want to look at the results, and I'll reiterate what I was saying. All right, back here. It all has to do with the time. Now, what's weird about the times that show on a trade like this, 0459, those are server times, but you're going to see the same time typically on your end, as far as I'm concerned. I'm trying to think of another way. I got it. Here's an even better way. Because I'm looking at time, right? I don't believe that the trade IDs copy universally, but what does is the entry price. 091865. So let me pause for a second and go look at something. 091865. Let's see, AUD-CAD. Yeah. So this was kind of a thing that I'm going to start getting into technical stuff here, but this was kind of a thing that I did, and we'll go back and look at the overall for the week. My AI system used to have a 30-second delay on it. And I would say only copy trades that have come through the system in the last 30 seconds. The new software update pretty much made that not needed. So I'm over here telling you to look at times, and times might be a little off. I actually forced this trade through to come through on the free signals, and oddly enough, it was the next trade in the sequence anyway, so it went to the 10 pip hybrid. So good question. Certainly you're welcome to ask, and you probably should, because you don't have that inner detail. The best thing to do is compare the trade. If you're looking at the overall premium signals monitor, I know I'm spending a lot of time on this because it's kind of hard to describe. But if you're looking at the premium signals monitor and you don't feel like you have all of the trades in your account on that same pair, it truly has to do with as long as you've got at least the last trade in the sequence. If you have trades and there are other trades in the sequence above and beyond where you're at, then that's the anomaly, but you're really not going to see that. And if that ever happens, I can easily force a few trades through to you. So nonetheless, boy, I spent a lot of time on that. Okay, so for the week, $6,986.65 on the free trades. Probably giving a little way a little too much there. And for the month, $171,171.30. Freaking incredible. Let's move on to the 10 pip hybrid, and this will also fit very well into what I was saying. So yeah, you can see that I forced the trade. So I'll show you this real quick. So this is the 10 pip hybrid, and this is what was confusing some people. 10 pip hybrid feed is also in AUD CAD. Okay, the thing to look at is the price that was entered. Right? Do you have the latest one? If a price is either side of this, then you don't have all the trades in the sequence. As long as you have the latest trade. I don't want to lean too much on that because I did on the free signals. It wasn't a good comparison because I forced that trade through. Also makes me think of something technical that I need to handle on my end. So okay, good. Also, did you guys know there's kind of like some internet outages and a Microsoft outage. It is not affecting us at all. My servers are all in Microsoft Windows in the cloud. Not affecting us at all. I heard that has some internet outages, some broadcast networks have outages. A lot of it's going on in Australia, I guess. It is not affecting what we're doing, but we'll keep an eye on it. I mean, it could, I guess, could affect us in some sort of way. But I'll know when that happens because everything will disconnect. I'll get all kinds of alarms, and we'll have to manually manage what we're doing, which is very possible. But highly unlikely. So that's the 10 pip hybrid in terms of closure for the day because of that Euro Chief, and that's all that was open, right? We had 13 of them. $2,276.96. Everyone that got this trade made more or less, but everyone had a net profit. I've seen some people show they made $100. Other people show that they made $300, $400, $500. It's it's all relevant to your account. Net profit is net profit is net profit. So for the week, pretty impressive, 4,132. That means the day was over half. Just yesterday was over half of the entire profit for the week, and then for the month, 16,173. So it's all relevant. It's relevant to your account. If you didn't bid $10 per pip like I did, then you'll be making more or less. So that account's looking really good. Weekend 16,173. I'm sorry, weekend 4,134. And again, all relevant to this account, but it scales to your account up or down, whatever your balance is, and probably more importantly, what your leverage is. I see a lot of people. I see someone come in yesterday that said, I have a $480,000 account. It's a 10 leverage. I'm like, you better watch out, right? 10 leverage on a $480,000 account, my full auto system at 0-1 will probably blow your account out, right? 10 leverage is shit. It's absolute crap. But that's what a lot of these firms will give you. Listen, if someone's giving you less than 500 leverage and putting rules on your trading, they want you to lose. That's it. They want you to lose. U.S. brokers / prop firms also. So let's go to the pause. I'll jump back to the overall algorithm here. Let me just give you an idea. We're in about 3 dozen trades. As far as closure for the day, pretty impressive. $1,940.53. Someone said, what's the TP and SL? You must be absolutely new because we do not trade with a stop loss at all. And the TP, the take profit, is shown if you're talking about the free signal. You just open up the trade, because you can view it in MetaTrader 4 with the investor password. You just open up the trade, click the trade, expand it, and you'll see the take profit right there. But we do not use a stop loss because guess what? If you set a stop, you take a loss. I'll say it again, faster. If you set a stop, you take a loss. I don't like to do that. Don't like to do it. So $1,940 for the day, week, 11,753.70. I can't even say it. 11,753.29, and then for the month, pretty impressive, $175,199.15. You would have made more or less, scaled the lot size to your account. Pretty impressive. Someone says, is this your demo account? We're looking at a lot of different accounts. It doesn't matter whether it's demo or live. Does not matter. Does not matter. First, let me ask you, why would I show my personal live accounts on the internet? However, every trade I show you gets copied to my account and all my clients and members' accounts. Same trades. So if you bid more, you make more. If you bid less, you make less. Right? Doesn't matter whether it's demo or live. It does not matter. A trade is a trade. A 1 is a 1 is a 1 is a 1. It's not like a 1 on a demo and a 0.9 on a live account. It's all the same. It's the exact same trades. So, yeah, incredible results. We'll jump ahead here and we'll look at my two sample accounts. One is with a new algorithm that I'm testing. We'll take a look at it real quick here. We'll look at the trades that are open. I'm trading this on GBP USD. Looking good, feeling good. Margin level percent way high, and a lot of that is because it will place a hedge, like that sell trade 0.10 is a hedge, and it's helping the entire margin level percent. As far as history goes, made $34.41 overnight. That's for the day, just low volume day. For the week, $243.79. That's right on track to do 10% a month on this. Pretty impressive. And for the month, it's the exact same because I just started this account. $243.79. So looking good, feeling good. We got to let this thing. I mean, I had to restart the algorithm because I changed servers, so we would be up probably double this. I think in the previous test we did about $251 for the week, which again is 10% for the month if it consistently does that. Looking pretty good, looking good, feeling good. Let's go look at the gold scalper. I need to move the camera on my face here. And let's go look at the gold scalper account. I think I did glance at this. And again, these are both kind of test accounts. There are no trades open in the gold scalper right now. It looks like it's grabbing its volume during the London session, making its money, getting in and getting out. And there's such a sweet spot here. It made $10.98 last night. 3 trades. Look at that. It's making, $3, $4, $5, bidding 10 cents. That scales handsomely. Scales up, right? If I had bid $1 on this, it'd be 10 times what we made. It'd be over $100, $110 in profit, right? So let's see. This is kind of interesting. I don't know if this is tongue-in-cheek or what, but that's confidence building not to have a stop loss. So you might be serious or you might not be serious. Let me tell you something. The concept of a stop loss in the Forex market is passed along from people that don't know what the hell they're doing. And just about everyone, even if you go sign up for signals, I give my free signal, even if you go out sign up for signals on the internet, I signed up for a lot of them before I did this. Every one of them I lost. I lost my ass on every one of them. because they set a stop loss. If you set a stop, you take a loss. But I hope you're being serious, because it does. Forget confidence of whether it's stop loss or not. Take my trades. You want to build some confidence? Take my trades. You'll be running. It's like you go from pushing yourself around in a wheelchair to running with my trades immediately. So this is feeling pretty good. I think Keisha asked if it was ready, and I'm like, it's not ready. It feels good right now. Like, how long have I been doing this one? You can't really, I'm just going to look at this. You can't really look at the results because I forced some losses and stuff. So I'm going to go for the month, and I'm going to scroll all the way back. I started this at some really different settings on June 14th. So we're literally a month of testing in, and frankly, I only got the settings right kind of at the end here for the last 2 weeks. So pretty straightforward. I'm feeling like, and pay no attention to that net loss at the bottom, because I forced that just so I could go back in and do some, change the settings and play with it. This is feeling good. I just have to tell you, it's feeling good. I at this point, I do see myself releasing this. I feel like I want it to go a couple more weeks. I just do. I want to see it, because we know what happens. You know, every robot does really good for about 3 days. Any robot can hang in there for a week, maybe 2. I hate to use the word robot. It's kind of an entire, orchestration system. But comment, what's your advice on correlation hedging? Avoid it. Don't do it. The only thing that works is what we're doing. And there's no sense in even describing the technical. You can see my trades. You can see what I'm doing, right? Typically, it's a really simple entry, and then it's trade management. I've got a good entry. I've got a couple secrets on the entry, which really helps us, not lose. But here's my real thought. If you look at my new algorithm, which I just showed you, GBP USD that I'm testing, listen to me carefully. I can't emphasize this enough. I'm going to give it to you straight. Entry direction means nothing. I'll say it a different way. It doesn't matter whether you buy or sell. If you understand trading, because that's the big mind virus that took me, 6.5, 7 years to figure out, probably. That because the market is random, I get people publish charts, huge printed PDF charts, laminated charts you can hang up on your wall in all the different patterns. That is an absolute mind virus. Your mind can find patterns. There are none. It's finding patterns in random data. All right? The moment you're aware of that, go look up psychology patterns. It's built into our evolutionary growth. We had to look for patterns to survive. But that doesn't mean that they actually exist in Forex. They don't. It's random data that humans ascertain patterns from. Entry direction means nothing. So let's say you're like, okay, Terry just gave me the secret. Trade entry, buy or sell, doesn't matter. Imagine what that takes. Imagine if you're new to Forex and you've been following all the thousands of indicators and the entry strategies, moving average, Ichimoku cloud, price action. It's all of this. It doesn't matter where you enter. What matters is trade management. So I'll put this up. Lisa is reiterating what I'm saying. It's the management of the trade, right, Terry? You are 100% right. Now, management of the trade has to do with a lot of things. The base level is understanding math. My trade's actually pretty simple in the management. People think it's martingale. It's not. If I use martingale at all, in terms of like a description, I'd say, well, I kind of use maybe a percentage of it once in a while based off of volume. But really what I'm doing is dollar cost averaging. I'm buying or selling deep into a movement against me, getting a better price technically, and dragging my take profit closer to where the current price is. That's it. End of story. Now what's interesting is my new algorithm has zero entry strategy. When I turn that sucker on, it enters a buy and a sell immediately. So it does do a hedge. That's not necessarily what it's doing. It's just going, hey, we don't know if the price is going to go up and down. Let's just go ahead and enter. And if it goes up, we'll take some profit on this one, and we'll manage the other one. If it goes down, we'll take some profit on this one, and we'll manage the other one. So that's the cool. Now, I will tell you, my current algorithm does have some entry logic, but frankly, it's not needed. Because here's what's interesting about my entry logic. You will feel like Terry's got this entry. What's your entry strategy? He's got this down. Patty wins every trade. Technically, although I do have some entry criteria, volume, movement, support, resistance, past pricing, some general things like that. If I really think about it, because that's still when I was in the mind virus of got to have an entry strategy. If you think about it, it's still just random. Because the market is random. It could only ever be random. Everyone will tell you it's not. In fact, I've been with people that said they worked at hedge funds and big brokerages and all this stuff, and I watched them do like a live show, live screen share and trading and all this stuff, and I'm like, it's random. What are you doing? They're like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. People that spent their life trading at hedge funds for big brokerages, they're like, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, I do. I'm smart enough to know the side of psychology and mind viruses and how it's like belief sets, right? You start believing something, and even if you're wrong, you'll double down when someone's proving you're wrong. It's human psychology. All right, so I got off on a crazy rant today. Sorry about that. Hey, happy Friday. I get to go clean the basement with my sister now. Hey, I got to tell you something, guys. My life's a lot more exciting than maybe what I've described to you while I'm stuck here taking care of the family. I shouldn't say stuck here. I'm not happy about it. Dad had COVID. He was in the hospital for a month, and I'm just here trying to support everybody. My sister's frantic. She's like the best mom in the world. She's a nurse. Just has to take care of everybody, everything, every appointment, all this stuff. She looks at me yesterday. Are you going to the doctor's appointment with us on Monday? And I go, why? Just need some family. Just need the rock of the family support. Normally, guys, I'll tell you what. If moment I get out of here this winter, because I'm staying for the election, me and the old man going to watch the election. When I get out of here, you guys, I'm telling you right now, I go place. I'm like, all right, I want tacos today and margaritas. Maybe I want tacos tomorrow and margaritas too, right? So, honestly, it doesn't look like it. I do live a fun Playboy life. Just doesn't look like that because I have to clean the basement today. All right. Well, in there, I'm in the group. Ton of new members. I get that all of this stuff is confusing. You know why my stuff's confusing? Because it's completely counterintuitive, because it's what works, compared to what you'll see out there. Go look up that word, counterintuitive. And have an awesome weekend. We had a great week. I'm happy about it. I'm going to do some updates to the high profit feed because the fucking metals and indices market is just, the volume's just not there. Goes into a trade, pushes a little bit, pulls back to the stop loss. I'm going to try to set it up to where when it pushes a little bit, we just take the profit, get the fuck out, because the volume's not there. So, that's it. I'll see you on Monday. I'm around all weekend, except for probably the 2 hours I have to vacuum the basement today, in case you try to get a hold of me. And have a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for joining us on the Forex Trading Daily Live Show. Get access to all of the free trades with full auto trading at fxwithterry.com. Be sure to subscribe and get notified of the daily live stream. And get ready for your next profitable Forex trade.